So my name is Christie, and my story is that I came here to CrossLife Church in 2016 looking for a church. And I came for a few months, and I tried everything, but I never really made an effort to get plugged in. I never made an effort to find community. I just attended church just as I've been taught. So right after Hurricane Irma, I went up and down here from Orlando down to Key West because my parents had a house there where I grew up. But the house was really damaged, so I went to try to do as much as I could to help them. At the end of summer last year of 2017, I came back to church and tried CrossLife Church and sought community with intention. I got plugged into a small group, and they're the greatest bunch of people I ever met. People my age, people who I could relate to, people who could not only see what was ahead of me in life, but speak clearly to me from a point that we all could communicate with, which is the Bible and which is with God. Which I've never had anything like that before. I've been on rugby teams, I've been in, marching bands, high school bands, even other worship teams, and nothing was quite like this. In that time, my dad was very, very ill, and he went to the hospital one day and got exam results back that they had stage 4 cancer, and it metastasized to his, blood, bones, and lymph nodes. The first people I told were not my best friends, not my old church group. It was my small group, because I knew they would pray for me. I knew that they had been with me on this journey. And in January 23rd of 2018, it was a Tuesday night, and I was at small group, and I got a call from my mother. And I went into the other room to take the call, knowing what she was going to say to me. And it was a call that, my father had passed. And I remember opening the door, stepping into a hallway, trying to be composed, and immediately they all knew. And I just looked at my friend, and she just asked me, and I nodded, and she gave me a big hug, and I broke down in really ugly tears. But not knowing that God had ordained this. God had given this a divine appointment that this is where I was meant to be when I had this news, because it was among the most trusted group of people I had ever met. So my words for anyone coming to a church, especially one of this size, is to get plugged in, to find a small group, whether it be of your age or your life stage or just a small group that means Sunday mornings. Find one, because these are people to do life with, for the highs and the lows. Just get connected, find a small group. There's one out there for you. I'm positive of that.